All right, I'm ready to teach. Are you ready to teach? I bet you are. But if you're like a lot of people I know right now, you might be stuck at the end of the hiring process. Hello, my name is Teacher Tina. Oh, wait, I got a shirt for this. Teacher Tina. And I've been with VIPKid since July of 2017. Since then, I've made it my mission to help aspiring and current VIPKid teachers be successful and confident in their classroom. So, I've seen a lot of people just stuck at the end of the hiring process right now, and they've been asking, what can I do? I don't want to just waste this time. And I respect that. I do. So let's talk about it. I'm going to teach you today TPR. No, not TPR. CPR. I'm teaching you CPR today. And no, not the life-saving kind, but the kind that you probably need right now when you're feeling a little discouraged. So let's talk about it, what you can do while you are waiting to make the best use of your time. So C is for check. Okay, now this one may seem obvious to people, but you'd be amazed how many people get hung up on this step and never get to the other ones. So check. What do you need to check? You need to check and make sure that you are actually waiting on VIPKid and they're not waiting on you. I see this happen sometimes. People upload all of their documents, their profile picture, their video, their written description, all that good stuff, and they think they submit it, but they actually don't. So here they are sitting, wondering why it's taking VIPKid so long to get back to them, but really the ball is in their court. So definitely, as soon as you're done watching this video or watching a few videos, whatever you're doing today, I don't know, check on your computer, on your portal for VIPKid, and make sure that you actually submitted everything and that the ball is in VIPKid's court, not in yours. That's why it's especially important too that you submit good quality items the first time. They don't need to be perfect, right? You don't need to have the most perfect profile video ever when you first submit it because you can swap it out later, but sometimes things get kicked back, right? For example, if the picture that you send of your degree is blurry, they're going to kick that back and you're going to have to start waiting again. So you want to be sure that VIPKid has not kicked anything back to you and that you have fully submitted everything. That's why it's so important to check. So check daily on your computer at least once a day while you're waiting to make sure that VIPKid is not waiting on you. Okay, that brings us to P. P is to plan. Okay, so plan. What do I mean by plan? I do not mean to plan every lesson that you could potentially teach in VIPKid. I think VIPKid tends to attract a lot of type A teachers. I will admit, I am one of them, so it's okay. And a lot of people will reach out to me and they'll say, where can I find a lesson bank? Where can I find every lesson that exists in VIPKid? I want to start planning. Oh goodness, there are thousands of lessons, right? So even if you could get your paws on all of the lessons in VIPKid, you would be totally overwhelmed and you just don't need to be doing that right now. That's not an effective use of time to try to scrounge around and figure out what all the lessons are in VIPKid. If it were easy to find that information and to find it and have it be the most updated information, don't you think competitors would be using VIPKid slides all the time? So don't even go down that rabbit hole, okay? So when I say to plan, what I mean is you want to plan where you are getting props and who you are going to ask when something comes up, when you need some help, right? So the planning piece is really about you getting connected to the community. So there are 3 places, 3 different social media platforms that I recommend if you are a new VIPKid teacher, maybe you're at the end of the hiring process, okay? So the first one is Facebook. So always take Facebook with a grain of salt. I don't know why, but some Facebook groups can get really grouchy really fast. So I recommend being selective in which Facebook groups you choose to join. So I would recommend searching for VIPKid groups based on location and interest. So for example, shout out to my Pittsburgh group, you can search by your location, maybe the closest big city to where you live, or your state, something like that. So like VIPKid, New York City teachers, something like that, okay? And you can also search by interest. So maybe you want to find printable props. You can search for that, VIPKid, printable props. Maybe you want to search for VIPKid teachers who love to use crockpot recipes. You'd be amazed. There are groups for almost everything. And if you can't find a group for your interest, make a group and I can almost guarantee you'll find your people because they will find you. So just give it a go, find some groups that you want to be a part of, and then if you don't find that you like the vibe in there, either turn off the notifications or just excuse yourself. You don't even need to let anybody know. There are lots of people in the group. You can just quietly leave. Okay, so that's Facebook. If you are one of my hired referrals, be sure that you join my hired referrals community on Facebook. That is definitely my favorite place on Facebook. Or at least one of them. Yeah, it's my favorite place on Facebook. And if you are not my hired referral, keep an eye on my Instagram because I may be opening a community in the future for non-referrals who are hired. I'm just not totally sure about that yet. But follow me on Instagram, which brings me to my next one. So Facebook, Instagram. You can find teachers on Instagram who are VIPKid teachers very quickly, and that is such a positive space. Oh my goodness, I wish that I had created a VIPKid Instagram account when I was a brand new teacher. I would have just loved that camaraderie. I've met lots of people who are now dear friends of mine on Instagram. It's really amazing. So anyway, I would suggest following someone on Instagram. If you just search for VIPKid, you will find a ton of VIPKid teachers. My handle is VIPKid.TeacherTina. If I end up changing it in the future, I'll try to change it in this video description. But yes, VIPKid.TeacherTina. And if you want to get some ideas of who else you can follow, see who I'm following and follow them too. Instagram's pretty easy to use like that. So Instagram is a great place. People share all kinds of ideas and stories from their classroom. And you know, if you create a VIPKid account, you can even post in an Instagram story a question and then people will jump in and help answer. It's amazing. So much good groupthink. So that's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Again, YouTube, just be careful. It's very easy to get sucked in, and it's easy to find very negative videos if you're looking for them. You can always find them. So I would suggest maybe limiting the number of people who you subscribe to on YouTube and the amount of time that you spend. So maybe turn off the setting that auto plays the next video if you don't want to spend a long time on there, or set an alarm on your phone. It's so easy to get sucked into YouTube, but it can be a really good resource and a good way to get plugged into the community. So you want to check and make sure that you're actually waiting on VIPKid. You want to plan where you're going to get props and information. And then R is run through. I know, I hate that it's 2 words. I hate it. But anyway, run through. What do I mean by that? So like I said, you don't want to go trying to find all of the lessons in VIPKid and actually pretend that you're teaching all of these classes. That's just crazy. That's too much work. What I mean by a run-through is giving it a dress rehearsal. So I'm a dancer, and when I was performing in high school and college, those types of things, we would always have a dress rehearsal before a big performance, right? You don't want the first time that you teach a VIPKid class to be the first time that you have actually gone through the motions of getting ready for it. Okay, and let me back up just a second and explain that. When I say you want to do run-throughs for VIPKid, I mean all of the logistics that go into getting ready for that class in the morning or at night, whenever you're planning to be teaching. Okay, so you want to think about these logistics. First, you want to think about alarm clocks, and not just think about them, but practice getting up early. If you are teaching early morning classes and you plan to open up slots as early as 4 a.m., you should probably start getting up at 4 a.m. now so that it's not so hard for your body to do that when you actually get bookings, okay? So one of the best tips I can give you for alarms is do not rely on your phone. You can use phone alarms, but please don't just set 3 phone alarms, because what happens if your volume's accidentally down or your phone dies, yada, 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 okay? This is a mistake that veteran teachers make too, so just don't do it. Get better practices in place. So I wanted to show you a couple of alarm ideas. This is a sunrise simulating alarm. It's not plugged in right now. But basically, this is what I use to wake up in the morning. It literally just lights up in my face. I sleep on my side. It lights me up and just lights up in my face and makes me feel like the sun is rising on me in the morning really early. So I love this kind of alarm, and it doesn't wake up my husband because he sleeps to the side too, to the other side. Maybe that's too much information. But anyway, this kind of alarm is really, really helpful. And then you can use phone alarms. One of my friends uses a fitness tracker, like a Fitbit. Actually, it's a knockoff Fitbit. It's really cheap. But it basically just vibrates to wake her up so it doesn't wake up her family. And then I have this super backup alarm. I pray that this one never actually has to wake me up because it is so insanely loud. But there's no way I would ever sleep through it. And I've slept through smoke alarms before. So I know that I don't sleep through this because I have forgotten on days that I haven't been teaching. I've accidentally turned it on. So anyway, get an alarm like this that will just save you in case you actually need that backup. Okay, so that one's battery operated. So you want to go through the routine of actually getting yourself up that early, because if your first class is super early in the morning and you haven't gotten into a routine of getting up at that time, you're going to be like a stressed out zombie trying to teach that class. So just don't do it. These tips are an investment of your time up front, but they will help you to be successful in the long run. So when you're thinking about your run through, think about how you are waking up. Think about what you are eating or drinking and how you're going to gather those things quickly, right? Maybe you want to prepare your breakfast the night before, something like that. And then maybe if there's anything else that you want to do to get ready for your classes, whether you're going to put on lipstick, where's your lipstick? Maybe you're going to comb out your beard, where's your beard comb? You know, you want to think about all of these things. That's why you're doing a run through, okay? And then not only are you training yourself, but you want to be training your family or whoever you live with, your roommates, so that they know what to expect once you actually have classes too. So not everybody in VIPKid has kids. I don't have kids yet, hopefully soon. But I know a lot of teachers that actually have to get their kids into the routine of not interrupting them during class. And even beyond kids, I wanted to share this picture. So one of my hired referrals, his name is Michael, and he is so sweet and he's awesome. And he posted this picture in our hired community the other day. So this is a sign that he posted on his door to let his family know when he is in the classroom and teaching that he should not be interrupted. I love that. I asked him permission to share this, by the way. So how do you train your family? I don't know. I don't know your family situation, your roommates, whatever. Just make sure that they get into the routine of also not interrupting you. Same thing goes with pets, right? It's really helpful if you go through your run through, actually close your door, and then, make some noise as though you're teaching, and make sure that your pets are not going to be clawing at the door, meowing, howling, whatever. That's not good if the first time that you're doing this run through is with a student. Okay, so I hope that these tips have been helpful to you. You want to check and make sure that you're actually waiting on VIPKid. You want to plan, right? Get connected with the community, plan how you're going to get information when you need some quick support, and then run through. Practice actually going through the process so that when you're ready to hit the ground running, you can do so and not feel stressed about it. All right, thank you so much for being here. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please give me a thumbs up. I would love if you would subscribe to my channel. I try to make helpful videos for teachers like you. And thank you so much for being here. Be sure to check out my other videos and take care. Happy teaching. Bye.